in to my meet and greet this evening, where I'll be introducing five brilliant, beautiful, bold women who will be speaking at my fourth annual Women's Empowerment Conference. For those who don't know, my first conference will be held in the Northeast and the second in the Midwest, and I'll include the link for both events in the details after this live. But before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this meet and greet, let me introduce myself to you. For those who don't know, my name is Carla Daly, and I'm the executive director of the I'm My Sister's Keeper project. So, the my I'm My Sister's Keeper project encompasses my nonprofit. The name of my nonprofit is Ladies of Etiquette. I have a podcast. The name of my podcast is I'm My Sister's Keeper. Then I also do conferences. So I have that. And then also, I now have a storefront where I am selling sassy mugs. I have wonderful candles for your home. I will be selling pajamas, just anything that's affiliated with feeling good. That's what I'm all about. And so
Absolutely.
it's really a brand. It's a brand. It's not just one thing. I am not, you can't put me in a box because I do more than just one thing. And then also, I have a women's empowerment. I'm a women's empowerment coach and I have clients also. So there's a lot of things happening. But shout out to all of my foot soldiers who are behind the scenes assisting me in making this brand grow. I appreciate you guys. And so I am now going to introduce the women who will be speaking at the fourth annual Women's Empowerment Conference. I thank you guys so much for taking time out of your evening because I know you all are very busy, but it's really important for the viewers to kind of get to know you before the event. So, Wanda, you want to just introduce yourself really quickly?
Okay, wow. When it comes to introducing myself, I get like a blank space and go,
Oh
"Oh, well,
God.
who am I? What am I?" Okay. Well, my name appears to be Wanda Harris. I guess I can say it that way.
Yeah.
And I what else do we want to know about me, Carla? I need to have information to say something about what it is,
Well,
or
okay. So
what do you
you
want
are
me
an
to answer?
author. You are an inventor because you have something that you're working on now. You have written several books. You have a course that's really a lifetime a course that empowers people. It pushes folks over the edge if they're interested in starting a business. You are the go-to person for that. I mean, you do a lot. You have clients. I think you have over 20 clients, and the majority of the clients that you have are in New York City. And these are business folks who are interested in growing their business. And you are my mentor. And so, even though you're my mentor, you're really like my sister, though, because anytime that I need to pick up the phone and call you, whether it's 8 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night, you are there. And so I love you for that. But you're a lot of things to a lot of different people. So we're just going to leave it at that.
I'm so
Okay.
I'm
What's
so happy she explained it for me. Thank you.
We're
Oh
just gonna
my
leave it at
God.
that. We're just
Oh,
gonna
oh,
leave it
thank
at
you.
that because
Please,
we're just
thank
gonna
you.
leave
And
it at that.
I just want to add a little note here. Thank you so much for that. And let me just say to the audience, underneath of me not saying that what I am is because it feels that I am nothing. I'm a messenger of something, and it's very, very difficult for me to really say what I am, to use it out in the world to say I am this. So
Right.
it feels like I'm just a messenger of something. Thank you, Carla.
All right.
I'm done.
Because I already
I
know how
love
that's
that.
gonna go.
Thank you.
I already know how that's gonna go. Next, we
Thank you.
have Dr. Bennett. And so let me just say this: the women that are on the panel are very near and dear to me. Some of them I've known all of my life, and some I have not, but they're still very special in their own way. So next up, we have Dr. Bennett. Take it away,
Well,
girl.
I'm a little different than Wanda. I kind of like to toot my own horn from time to
Oh,
time, Wanda. Don't ask me who I am. I am
here we
I
go.
am Dr. Yolanda Bennett.
Yes, you are.
I am an educator. I am also I don't like to call myself an author because I have not published books, but I have certainly published articles on education and how to create curriculum within higher ed. So that's my specialty. That is definitely my specialty.
Right.
But I also have done lots of research in helping women beyond 40 to their next move. So basically, what do you do once you turn 40? What do you do once you turn 50? How do you reinvent yourself? And all of that became very dear to my heart when I lost my job several years ago. And I walked out and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do after this, because I had to find myself based on my job. Right. So one of those things that, you know, that's dear to my heart is really speaking on that and talking about that, looking at research. I'm an educator, so I'm going to always come from a research standpoint. I've known Carla all my life. We've grown up together in Detroit, Michigan. Our moms are best friends. They grew up together down the street from each other. Yep. Right. So it's like we've known each other. So while she is my friend, she is more my family than she is just my friend. I'm excited about her journey. I'm excited that I am a part of her journey. I told her, don't leave me out. I want to do whatever she's doing. And when I grow up, I want to be just like her.
Oh my God. Don't start. Don't make me cry. Don't do it. And you're also a mom of twins.
I am. Okay, shout out to my children. My daughter is an educator as well. Wow. Yes. And my son is a clinical psychologist.
Oh,
so shout out to my children.
Shout out to your babies. Okay? And shout out to your mama. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Mama Betty.
Yes.
Next up, thank you so much. Next up, we have Miss Anika Brown, who is also very near and dear to my heart. You ladies haven't really gotten an opportunity to meet her, but she's a sister girlfriend too. Okay. Miss Brown, take it away.
Hi, everyone. So I am Anika V. Brown. I am a master life coach and mentor with a focus on life success, your success. I am also the author of an amazing book titled The Global Bedroom Move, Chase Your Dreams and Build It from Anywhere. I am also the founder of Dream Nation Global Ministries, where I focus on cultivating believers to become bolder in their faith. So I can be found on Facebook Mondays through Fridays at 6 a.m. Cultivating Believers. I'm a mom. I do have a medical background, being a nurse for more than a decade. I am an ordained pastor as well. So I wear many hats and I love all of them.
Amen. How about that? How about that? Amen.
All right.
Well, now we have Miss Liz. So, for those who don't know, and this is a story, and this goes way back almost 30 years, right?
What was she pulling out?
I met Liz a long time ago, years and years ago. I don't even know. I think we met through a friend, but anyway, Liz had a baby. And she was working in a dry cleaning store that I passed on my way to my apartment in Jersey City. So this was the first apartment that I got when I moved out of Brooklyn. Shout out to everybody in Brooklyn, okay?
Always shout out to Brooklyn.
It was, so it was the first apartment that I got when I moved out of Brooklyn. And I would pass this dry cleaners where Liz worked, and I would always stop in and say hello. And Liz had a baby. And so I was so drawn to her son that I would always play with her son. And I would pick him up and I would take him around. And so he used to always play with my buttons on my shirt. And so the very first word that he said was buttons. Okay. And so that, okay. But I've known you for a very, very long time. I know that you have always lived a very clean life. You eat clean. And this goes back 30 something years where being I knew, being a vegetarian wasn't the hip thing or people didn't know much about it. Right. But you used to drag me into the city and take me to all of these places to go eat raw and natural and no sugar and no flour. And I'd be like, I've had enough. I'm not going to eat anything else. I'm stepping outside. I'm stepping outside. I'm not eating this mess. It tastes horrible. But but you were doing that years
man.
ago, and so I mean that says a lot about your character, and about what you stand for and who you are as a person. And I thank you very much because of all the years that I've known you. You've never encouraged me to do anything wrong. You've always tried to guide and lead me in the right direction, and so I appreciate it. And I always tell you that, but I appreciate you. All right.
I appreciate you too because you have been with me through some thicks and thins. So I
Yeah.
do appreciate that. I appreciate being part of your movement and your journey and what God has placed in you.
Amen.
So I'm going to take a little bit from Sister Wanda and Dr. Bennett. So I'm a woman that wears many hats as well. But how can you wear these hats if you're not healthy? So
Oh,
I am a health
there you
crusader.
go. All
I
right.
am a third generation healer. I am a certified traditional master herbalist under the Meadow Queen, Diane
Mhm.
Bean, under Call to Life Ministries. I did the radio show with her for 6 years where we reconnected nature to the Bible.
You
I'm
did.
also an ordained minister.
Yes, you are.
And we essentially found that the body of Christ was definitely some of the more ill people. And while we do rest on our faith for healing, we were not putting that faith into works. So I'm someone that my specialty is primarily with families and children and helping people keep their children's immune systems intact. Oftentimes, most of our children have eczema, asthma, suffer from colds, chronic runny nose, and things like that. So a lot of my clients now are mostly families who are trying to embrace this natural, clean lifestyle, but also include their children in that mission and in that world as
And that's
well.
excellent. And that's excellent.
Mhm.
Thank you. And that remedy that you
Yeah,
told me to use, I'm using, and I can see the difference. I
right.
didn't tell
And
you that, so I
so
just want to say thank you. That's sidebar. Sorry, y'all.
you're welcome.
All right. So, ladies, I'm going to start with Wanda. Okay. And the questions that I'm posing to Wanda are the questions that I will be posing to all the ladies. So, Wanda, you ready, girl?
Yes, if I get caught out there, I'll say, Carly, jump
I
in
know.
for me.
I
Okay, go
know
ahead.
because I
Yeah.
have to, because sometimes I have to man your
Oh wow, I
emails
don't
and your
know, I don't
phone
know.
calls, and I know, I
Okay.
know. All right, okay, all right. I got you. I got you. So the first question is, what is your level of commitment to yourself in the new year? What is your level of commitment to yourself in the new year?
Well, let me say this. Do you have to have the question so difficult to answer? No, just
Oh,
okay. All right. Let me just wow. I would say just in just maybe two words, I just want to have a commitment of being an illuminator of truth. That's it. That's the commitment to. If I'm doing it for myself, then I'm doing it for others because I don't really see myself as myself. I would have to say the commitment to me and everything else and everything around me, an illuminator of truth to keep that
Absolutely.
commitment handy.
all right, excellent.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What does the power of sisterhood mean to you, and why?
Hmm. I to hear that, I would have to say a unison of oneness where there is no separation between me and the sisterhood or anybody else around me. So it's almost like a um, a continuation of a love effect that expands from me to them, from them to me,
Oh, that's well said. Mhm.
in an activity of action, of movement, of love. So that's what it really means to me, a unison. Because if I can't see for myself what I don't see for others, and I can't see
Oh
for
my
others what I
God.
don't see through me.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Very
God,
good.
that's so well said because it's a situation where sometimes you run into people and it's like they're not happy for your wins in life, and it's like, well, I don't understand why you hating on me because there's plenty for all of us, right? Because what God has for
Mhm.
me, He has for me. It's not for her, and it's not for her, and it's not for him.
Right.
It's for me, and what He has for you, He has for you, and it's not for me. So why can't we just all get along and be happy? So
Carl,
that was
hey,
well said.
Carla, can I just say one thing about that little footnote, what you just said?
Yes, ma'am.
Just so people can realize if I'm witnessing that in someone, then I'm not holding the vision of a Christ source, whatever you want to call it. I have to hold the vision to see beyond their representative self. They're just showing their representative. That's not
Absolutely.
them.
That's
That's
not.
not them.
No.
They forgot. It's not
Yeah,
them.
you're just, you're different.
I just wanted to say that. So I have to really keep
won't
my
cuss people
eyes
out. Mhm.
on the light that I know that's in them,
Right.
and they forgot.
And that's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that's, you always like to find the good in people. You don't like to cuss people out. I know that for a fact.
Ah.
All right, that's good.
Well,
That sounds good.
yeah.
That's
It's
good.
only because it's not the real them. I know
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
the real them.
So
It's not
I-
them. Okay.
hindsight
No,
is
I agree with what
2020.
you just said.
Hindsight is 2020. So when you think about 2023, what are two things you could have done differently? If any, I don't know. You may not have any.
Okay. Yeah. If any. Oh yes. And you said 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. Let me see if I can get 2. Okay. I do have 2. I would have allowed the illusion of the ego to dispel quicker and faster from my vision. Those are the 2 things. I would have allowed the ego that runs us all the time.
Absolutely.
And number
if
2,
we're not aware of it.
sure.
Yeah.
And number 2, I would have, I could have, or still do, would want to keep my mind on not the barriers that's holding me back, but to move through the barriers that I think that appears to be holding me back.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's so
she has
good.
spoken.
Absolutely.
So she has spoken. Okay.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to speak to the 15-year-old you, what would you say to her?
I would say that everything that's not of the spirit is an illusion and not real.
That's right.
It's just a projection.
Hi, Shayla.
Hi.
Wow, that's deep. The other day, Wanda and I was talking, and you said something. I was like, hold on, I got to write this down. I can't remember what it was. I have it in my notes because I always keep a notebook on the side of the bed because if I wake up in the middle of the night, I need to write down what I'm
Right.
thinking.
Absolutely.
Right? I've always done that for years, and so what you said to me was pivotal, and I have to pull the notes because it really made me look at a few situations differently.
What was it? Do you remember? Can you pull? Do you have it?
I don't have the notes in front of me. I think maybe we were in the spa and we were walking into one of the saunas and you said something and I was like, whoa, I need to write. I was at the spa and I had my notebook with me because it was quiet and it was peaceful, and so I needed to just release my thoughts. But anyway, once I find it, I will post it. Okay, but
Please, and text me. I need to hear it too.
yes. Okay, so
It just I always say it's a download that came through, so
yeah,
whatever.
It
I
was,
just
it was deep
exactly
though.
what
It
it
was
is.
deep. So
Yeah.
what excitement are you bringing to the conference? What is your message? What is the message that you will be delivering at the conference? The 4th Annual Women's Empowerment Conference. What is it? I don't even know if you know right now.
You just answered. I could not tell. I'm in the present time person. I have no. Thank you. I was about to say, Carl. Now I know I can't answer that.
Because the theme of the conference is, girl, you gotta
But
let
I can
that
say
go.
this one thing, that this is the only answer that I can give there. That I just want to be open to what is coming through me and around me, so everybody can be uplifted in a place of joy, peace, happiness, and love, and know they're carrying it. It's not outside of them. It's always inside.
Amen.
Absolutely.
All right,
That's what I know.
sister girlfriend. All right, sister girlfriend. All right. Good job. Anika.
Hi.
Anika. We have Anika up. Okay, so what is your level of commitment to yourself in this new year?
So in this new year, if I should put a number on it, I'm going to say 200%. So no limits, no excuses, foot on the gas and forward motion only.
Excellent. What does the power of sisterhood mean to you and why?
It means a lot to me. Being able to relate on an emotional level and on a spiritual level is a bond that truly is priceless.
Mhm.
Well said. Hindsight is 2020. So when you think about 2023, what are two things that you could have done differently, if any? I don't know.
Mhm.
There definitely are. I think there's always room for improvement, even when it looks from the outside like you're getting it done. You're getting it done.
Right.
There's always room for improvement. And
Right.
I would say the first thing, I was in my head too much last year. I kept questioning myself and questioning the moves that I knew I had to take
Right.
to get the level of success that I wanted. So I
Right.
think I was in my head too much. I did think about, well, what are people going to say?
Right.
How am I going to do this? I was in my head a lot. And the second thing, um, I would say, uh, I should have been more consistent at the start of the year. Like,
Mm.
I think I ramped up my consistency on the back end.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
always an issue. Like,
Because
you
you're
got to
trying to play
start
catch
off
up.
and keep going. Yeah. So
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
approach for this year is consistency from the jump. Like,
Excellent.
Absolutely.
go at it every day and to
Mhm.
remain focused on the vision and not questioning myself or the negative interrogation that I put myself through, and
That's a
just keep
great way to
moving
put it.
forward consistently.
So what
Mhm.
you just said, you just delivered a message to someone, because there's someone who will be watching this who's questioning why they want to think outside their four walls. And it's really important that when you have a vision and you have a goal and you have a dream,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter what other people around you say or what they
Right,
think. You
Right.
right.
have to continue to follow the light no matter what.
Yep,
And if
yep.
you
Mhm.
No
slip,
matter what.
Mhm.
and if you slip and you slide, you
Which
get back up and you
sometimes you
start all
will.
over again. And right, and you just start all over again. So that was really
Yep.
well said. If you could speak to the 15-year-old you, what would you say to her?
The 15-year-old me. So listen, at 15, I had two boys to take care of. I dropped out of high school, so it was a very trying phase of my life.
Yeah.
At 15, I had two kids to take care of. So I would say to my 15-year-old self, this phase of life, though hard and unsure, it is going to make you so much stronger, so much wiser in your adulthood. Keep going and remain focused. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
We're gonna
That's what
clap
I
for
would
that.
say.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna clap to
Mhm.
that. 'Cause that's
Mhm.
Absolutely.
yeah, excellent.
Absolutely.
What excitement are you bringing to the conference? What is your message? What do you want people to walk away from this conference thinking? What is it?
So, not to give too much,
Don't give too much, girl. Don't give too much.
but as the title says, girl, you got to let that go. My main point, to all the ladies is going to be, so you're going to hear this again, let go of what they said or saying about you, about, and let go of how they're acting while you're at your lowest. Let it go.
Oh,
You're at
wow.
your lowest and they're saying things and they're treating you a certain way. Let it go. You are still the preferred one, and that sets you up for great success. What you will
Absolutely.
birth in your winning season is going to change generations.
You
All
just
right.
gave me chill
All
bumps,
right.
Pastor. Wow.
Absolutely.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah,
So
that's that.
good.
Now that's
So
something that's
good.
needed. Yeah, that's something that's needed.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, that's good. You better buy your tickets. Don't play yourself. Get your tickets now. Get your tickets now, because I
And we
have
will
some
not
Yes.
be
brilliant
live
women
streaming. We
that
will
are
not be
showing
live
up.
streaming from the conference. We will not
Mhm.
be live
Okay, well,
streaming the
Liz is
conference.
gonna work all that out because that's not my lane. That's not my lane. It's not. I have three things that I need to accomplish. That's it. I don't get involved with anything else. But I thank you, Anika. That's I I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear
Yes.
it.
It's going to be good.
Shout out to the
Mhm.
pastor. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh Liz,
Mm.
Come on,
Okay.
girl. Come on, girl.
Come on,
All
girl.
right. Come on, girl.
Come on,
All
girl.
right. So, and we have Shayla. And so, Shayla, you're going to go next and you'll just introduce yourself. And okay. So, what is your level of commitment to yourself in this new year?
Oh, it is definitely, I would say, I'm going to echo the sentiment of Pastor Anika, that is somewhere in the realm of 200% because, and it's like deeper commitment, definitely moving how I know I'm supposed to move with regard to my health and wellness and helping people achieve health and wellness because we can't do anything if we are sick. It makes things more difficult when our health is not up to par. So
Right.
that's what I would say my level of commitment this year
Because you
is.
you can't buy an arm and a leg and a heart from Amazon. You know, I'm always shopping, but I have
You
yet to
can't,
see.
at
I
least
have
not
yet to
yet,
see
because they
body
are
parts.
working on prosthetics. They are working on prosthetics, but again, we don't want to find ourselves having,
Right.
limbs amputated because of, diabetes or
Yeah. That's
something that we can definitely, treat
yeah.
and have a certain wellness attached to it.
Excellent.
Mhm.
What does sisterhood mean to you and why?
Well, that first of all, sisterhood is extremely important to me. I do come from a family where that was stressed because I feel like sisterhood affects and creates culture. We are the nurturers. If we are not being that village as sisters in whatever that is that we are trying to achieve,
Yeah.
again, positively or negatively, it affects cultures and it affects behaviors on a grand scale.
Excellent. Hindsight is 2020. What could you have done differently in 2023, if anything? I don't know.
Oh no, there were definitely several things, but I think the most important thing for me was managing my time. With traveling and being in different time zones, it requires a very disciplined time management
Mhm.
regimen because
Yeah.
I'm bi-coastal essentially. So I've had to really, I feel like I'm starting to get the swing of it a little more now, but I would say definitely managing my time a lot more effectively.
Mhm.
Excellent. What would you tell that little 15-year-old you?
That 15-year-old me, I would have told her to continue with all that creativity that you have. At the time, I was sewing, I was making clothes, I was playing piano, and that yes, you can make money as an artist and a creative. I think that most often we are not always supportive of the arts in our
Yeah.
children. Some
Yeah.
people are, and some people aren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that my 15-year-old self, I definitely would have not put that to the side in lieu of something that was going to be steady and that that part.
Right. That
Mhm.
part. What excitement?
Mhm.
What level of excitement are you bringing to the conference? What is the message that the
My
attendees are going
message
to take
is
away?
don't accept your condition.
Oh,
Oftentimes
Mm.
we are
oh,
saddled with dis-ease, whether it be emotional, spiritual, physical. It all takes its toll on our bodies. And it's the type of thing that one of the things that I think saddens me a lot is when I'm talking to people and I'm engaging in conversation. And they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm allergic to everything," and and they've accepted their condition. And especially Anika, and I'm sure you can identify with this as well as Dr. Bennett as a Christian believer, that we understand that
so wait, we
we
don't.
have
We not Christians either.
oh no, no, I know, but I'm just saying no, we've had this conversation. We all are.
Okay.
I would yes, but
I'm
I'm just
just
She
saying.
said the conversation with us. That's what she said.
All
right,
right.
and
I'm
that's what I
just
mean.
asking.
And
Cause
I'm
hold
so
on.
sorry, I didn't mean to offend
Shoot.
anybody
Hold
because
on.
the thing about it is that usually, when we look at it that way, it's like I believe in my heart that we have the curatives for everything. We have the
Yes.
curatives for everything. And again, as a third generation, my grandfather and my great grandfather were healers. They were people that people
Mhm.
would come to them for herbal remedies. So this is
Yeah.
not lost in my DNA. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so being connected to the Meadow Queen back in the '80s was something that just awakened my DNA. And I always say that to
Mhm.
people that I'm grateful that I started I was able, I should say, to satisfy that part of myself because I've always been into health and wellness. I've always been into natural things. My mother will tell you, I was 6 years old and I told her I wanted to love my hair, that I wanted to live like that. We were at Carnival in Brooklyn, Anika, back
Shout
in
out to
like the
Wow.
Brooklyn.
70s, in the
Shout out to Brooklyn.
70s, hello. And I
Wow.
was like, I want to live like that. And I'll tell you, my mother had the courage, because I'm sure, most parents would have been like, mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
My mother said to me, she said, well, if that's the life you're going to choose, you better be ready to be independent, because they are very independent, free thinking people.
Mm.
What I think she didn't realize at the time is that those very same people also read the Bible and are very connected to God in that way as well.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I've always been into natural, just nature. I mean, I was that little kid sitting in the dirt, digging and looking and picking and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
for me, this is just an expression of my spirit, of the spirit of who I am, and that just in terms of my ancestral aspect of it, I feel like I'm honoring them, because we would
Right.
get sick rarely
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
kids, but even if we did, my father was cooking something up, or my mother was giving me
Mhm.
something,
And my grandmother was the
something.
same
We
way.
did
My
our
grandmother.
washout, and even
There was
here in
always something.
America, it was a very Caribbean household. And so
Yeah.
that was what, I hear people say, well, my grandmother ate pork. And I was like, yeah, we ate goat, lamb, beef, da da.
Shout out to
But we
everybody in the
had
West Indies.
fresh
Mhm.
vegetables, and we had a salad, and you were drinking tea, and you were having things that were helping that stuff
Yeah.
move through your body.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
weren't eating foods that were not,
But they were also very
they were not
physical
going to the
as well.
supermarket to get
Yeah.
any kind of meat
Yeah.
at all. You were going somewhere where, even in America, where it was freshly killed, freshly
Yeah.
slaughtered, or
Mhm.
at a butcher that was reputable. We had, farmers that would come with their trucks with fresh fruits and vegetables. We were a
Mhm.
family that was our candy, grapes and, even apples and
Mhm.
oranges. And so that's one of the things that I'm excited about reminding people, is that we can, really, work with our bodies and
Yep.
keep them healthy. I'll never forget learning with the medical queen. She said, you can be in a room with someone that has tuberculosis, and she said, and you may end up leaving there with a head cold. She said, your immune system determines what affects you. Now, we're also
Yes.
talking about what you're eating. So if you're someone that you have a lot of sugar, you have a lot of gluten in your diet, that also, those things affect your ability,
Mhm.
your immune system. So I'm
Sister?
excited
Okay.
to expand on the narrative of gut health is,
Mhm.
the root of all
Health is
Imperative.
wealth.
evil,
Health is wealth.
and health
Imperative.
is definitely wealth. It's more than wealth. It's priceless. It's you can't even gauge the importance of what being in great health and clarity of mind. They're associating now lack of drinking enough water with Alzheimer's, with having
Oh, I do.
diets that are high in mucus. And when we think mucus, they're like, what are you talking about? If you're doing a lot of dairy, if you're doing a lot of soy, those are things that are creating all this clouds and confusion and mucus in your body. So
Herbalist?
I'm excited.
All right,
I'm
because
excited.
I know you, girl.
I'm
I gotta
sorry.
jump in and cut you off.
I'm
I know how you
sorry.
do, but I
I'm
love you
sorry,
though
because I
the
can go
same way.
on and
I love
on
you, but
about
I already
health
know.
and wellness.
I already know these girls can talk. I already know.
I'm
Shayla.
excited.
Hi, Shayla.
Hi.
So we need you to introduce yourself, and then I will start the questions with you as well. So Shayla, take it away.
Absolutely. Good evening, ladies. My name is Shayla Unique. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I
Shout
am
out to
the
everybody with a
owner.
Shout
D.
out to the D.
Yes. I am the owner and CEO of a brand called Unique I Am. And I am also the CEO of a company called Unique HR Solutions. Unique I Am was founded on empowering young ladies and women to not allow our bad decisions and mistakes to define who we are or confine us. I share my story on different platforms of how I went from being homeless with my children to an award winning director of HR in 7 years. And so through my HR experience, I had the opportunity to help a lot of businesses and individuals during the COVID pandemic. And that is where I kind of tapped into myself and knowing who I am and what I am capable of. And so in 2022, I took the leap of faith and transitioned from my corporate position after almost 10 years. And I started Unique HR Solutions, where I help businesses now with under 50 employees with process implementation for onboarding. And I also help individuals with resume upgrades. I like to say that I am like a word guru. So I can take your resume and upgrade it to things that you never thought of. So I can take, you say that you are a daycare worker. I will change that and I will let people know that you are now quality control over adolescents. It's not what we say.
Well, all right.
And so that is me. I'm Shayla. I'm a mom of two. I am a business owner. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I love empowering women. I love being in spaces and places where, you know, our mind, our thoughts are appreciated and not just tolerated.
So we love you because you were one of the vendors at the conference last year, and you racked up because everyone in that space bought.
You want me to go get my purse? My purse is right over here.
But you know what?
So,
guess what? I got some new purses now. I have
can we see a
right
purse?
here.
Do you have one?
I do.
You have one?
Yeah,
Look,
I took mine.
Benny, get your purse. Get your
Okay,
purse.
let me get my
Get
purse.
Look at her. She always loves to shop. Anytime it's about shopping, she right there.
I know. She has her new purses.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see. Yeah, this is one. So they are.
Liz is going to get her bonnet because she gave, everybody, like everyone bought stuff. My mother, my sisters, the other people at the conference. So that's the bag that you bought.
Oh, beautiful.
And
okay, and she has her bonnet. Okay, I see.
And this is
so
my bonnet.
Yes,
As you know,
that was adorable.
I have a lot of hair.
Yes,
that's adorable.
I love it, love it, love it.
I took it to look, Shayla, I took it to the hospital with me. This was my hospital bag with me.
That's adorable.
I didn't even see the bags. I didn't see the bags.
Take it everywhere.
Because they
that's
sold
adorable.
out
yeah, so I now have.
And I got another bonnet for my
hobo bag.
Yeah, so
it's a hobo bag.
They're bucket bags. So I have this
bucket bags.
And I also have them in brown. I thought I had one in the room with me.
Nice.
But I do have some new. I'm trying to develop and grow. And again, you know, I created these bags. And they're called my corporate collection. But I created them because when I entered into corporate, I didn't look like everybody else. I was coming from a different place, right? Yeah. So we go into these spaces, we go into these rooms, and I see everybody looks different. But I wanted to create a product where I don't care what room you walk in, you are going to look like a boss without paying high cost.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So my bags are at a very reasonable price because I want to be able to allow all of us to feel like they have a piece of luxury, and you're not necessarily going to some of these bigger name stores to have to feel like that. You don't have to feel
beautiful.
So
absolutely
gorgeous.
Girl. Shayla, really you right on the money. Yes. All right, so we're going to start the questions because we got to get Bennett in too. Shayla, what is your level of commitment to yourself this year?
Oh, I'm committed. It's all about me. This year is all about me. I'm applying. Last year I applied pressure. This year I'm diamonds. So pressure makes diamonds, right? So last year I put the pressure on myself. I had so much on me. 2023 was a year of like, oh my God, I made it. I was ready for the next year, right? So all the pressure was applied to me. This year, the diamond popped out on the first. So
okay, well said. What does sisterhood mean to you? What does the power of sisterhood mean to you, and why?
The power of sisterhood means a lot. We are powerful people. We are the most powerful people. And that is the fear that society has of us. That's why they try to push us against each other, right? But you notice that when we come together, when we all seriously come together, we are a force to be reckoned with. So to me, sisterhood means everything. It means networking. It means elevation. It means empowerment. It means love. It means passion. Everything that God designed us to be, to me, that is sisterhood. You know,
Absolutely.
loving unconditionally, being there for each other.
Community.
That's to me a sisterhood. And I'm so grateful that I've overcome the mindset of I don't like women. You know, I don't get along with other women. I'm so glad that I overcame that type of mindset, because let me tell you, I'd rather be in a room full of women than hearing these guys or whatever they have to say. I want to be empowered by somebody else. I want to hear your story. Tell me your story, because all of us have a story, but your story is what makes you unique. Right.
Let me tell you, y'all better buy your tickets. You better buy your ticket, because my panel, baby. Oh my God.
You
Don't
have
play
to
yourself, because once the tickets are sold out, they're sold out, and we're not selling tickets at the door. Okay.
And we ain't
Hindsight
live
is
streaming.
Yeah,
And we ain't
hindsight
live
is 20.
streaming.
Oh yeah, okay.
And we
'cause
collecting phones at the door like they do at the big concerts.
Yes, that's right.
hindsight is 2020. So, what are two things that you could have done differently in 2023, if any?
Two things that I could have done differently. I could have been more financially responsible. That's one thing I could have done. Again, just taking that transition from corporate, I was so used to that stability. And then when you're solely depending on yourself and kind of clients or other people, that's a different type of finance, right? And I did not structure my mind to align with my bank account. So I could have done that differently. I should have been more financially responsible with a lot of things that I did. And it took I'm a very transparent person, but it took for me to almost lose my house for me to say, you know what, Shayla, girl, you better get it together. God gave you this house for a reason. And you better fulfill the reason that it was given to you and keep it and figure out how to hold on to it. So once that popped into my mind, I was like, all right, that's it. Save my house, save myself, save my children. And now God saved us. So I'm about to do what's right and keep it going for 2024. That was part of that pressure, right? I needed that pressure on me to get into this year, because this is the diamond year. Let's go.
That's good.
The second thing that I could have done.
I like that. Absolutely. Diamond year, for sure.
If you could speak to the 15-year-old you again, what would you tell her?
Ooh. I said her, listen, we have to have a session. She got to lay on the couch. Okay. But the main thing I would tell her is to be you. When we grow up, we try to make sure that we're making our parents proud. We're making these people proud of us. You know, we're doing everything that society told us to do, right? We're going to school. We're going to college. You're doing all of this. But are you happy?
Right.
No. And I was so unhappy for so long because I wanted to make sure I checked those boxes, right? So if I could tell my 15-year-old self anything, it's to be you. Make yourself happy. Because if I'm not happy, I can't make other people around me happy. Amen. Fake smiles rub off, and it brings fake people, right? So when you fake something, you
better say that again, Shayla, for the girls in the back that didn't hear you. You better say that again.
Let me tell y'all. Let me scoot up a little bit. Let me tell y'all one more time. The fake smiles, the fake personality, the fake person brings on fake people. If you are true and authentic to who you are and where you're going and what you want, those type of people are the people that gravitate to you. What you put out is truly what you get back. So the 15-year-old me would be Shayla unique. Shayla, and that's all I wanted to be. Just me. Where I am today, I'm so happy. I'm proud of myself for climbing the corporate ladder and starting out, at ground zero, literally with nothing and working my way up. I'm very proud of myself for that. But I was unhappy. Peace of mind you cannot pay for.
Oh my
God. I do not make what I made then. The peace of mind I have right now is priceless. So the 15-year-old Shayla, do you. That's exactly what I would tell her.
Nice. What excitement are you bringing to the conference? What message are you delivering? What will the attendees walk away remembering about
Yeah.
Shayla Unique?
So when you leave the conference, you will definitely know that you are the CEO of your life. I teach and I talk about conquering corporate. When I say conquering corporate, I don't mean a job. I mean you're the CEO of your life. So you're conquering your life. I use the letters of my name, Unique, UNIK. That's my real name. My mother named me that. It's not for TV or anything. This is my real name. So I use the letters of my name to remind others. Although my name is Shayla Unique, we are all unique. You're unstoppable. Your worth is non-negotiable. You are incredible. And always remember who you are and know whose you are. And so that is what
Shayla, I'm gonna start running. I'm gonna start running. Wow.
Yes.
I love it.
Leave the conference after I talk to you knowing that you are unique.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Praise God.
I repeat, we will not be live streaming.
Bennett. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
You are in it.
You are in it.
Bennett. All right.
You are in it.
I'm in
You are
it.
in
You know I'm in it. You know I'm in it.
Well,
Bennett.
everybody has I had the introduction, so we go ahead with these questions.
Yeah. All right. So, what is your level of commitment to yourself in this new year?
And you know what? And I thought about this even when you sent me the questions. I think my level of commitment to myself this year is to push forward. Last year, 2023, I allowed so many other things to fill up my plate, but a lot of those things were not things that I necessarily wanted to do. They were things that I had to do. They were also some things that centered around my career and my movement in my career. But for 2024, I'm pushing forward. I'm knocking those things off my plate. And I just want to create something new in my life. So I'm pushing forward with that.
Okay. What does the power of sisterhood mean to you and why?
All right. Well, let me just put a little plug out there. I am a sorority sister of Gamma Phi Delta Sorority Incorporated, founded in Detroit, Michigan in
Shout out to everybody in
1948.
the deep.
So at Lewis Business College, just want to put that out there. I am a member of that sorority, pink and blue. So sisterhood for me is really building with each other as women. And I think it's so important that we empower each other. And I want to be that sister that wants to empower. I want to be that sister that can be empowered. I also want to be able to be in a space where we can talk about things that are real for us, things that Black women go through, things that women go through, and not be afraid. And this is where it's always key. I don't want us to be afraid or in judgment of others, because we all go through a lot of things. And I just want to be in the right space and to be able to share, to be able to congratulate, to be able to clap for the next woman. And that's what sisterhood is to me.
Well said. Well said. Hindsight is 2020. So when you think back to 2023, what are 2 things that you could have done differently, if any?
One thing I will say is I'm not second guessing, and and the thing is that I don't know where that came from in 2023 with me, because I'm usually not a second guesser of anything that I do. But I think because of a lot of things that happened and transpired in my life in 2023, it caused me to second guess some of my things that I needed to do. So 2024, I'm not doing that. I'm not second guessing on anything. I know what I need to do. I know what my goals are, and I need to definitely be more intentional with my goals for 2024. And so that's what I'm thinking about. I wasn't intentional in 23, but in 24, I need to be intentional. I need to be on purpose with everything. And I need to really, like I said before, really push forward with some things that I really want to accomplish.
Okay. If you could speak to that little 15-year-old girl that's running around in the streets of Detroit, what would you tell her?
Yeah, with my French braids and my
Yes.
little bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Going to my grandmother's house,
Mm-hmm.
sitting on the porch,
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Where's Carla?"
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
that
it.
15-year-old girl,
Mhm.
going to Redford High in Detroit. That 15-year-old girl, I think, you know what, I was, and Carla is probably going to cough when I say this, I think that I was really kind of a very, not shy, because I don't think I was shy.
I don't know how with them tight jeans that you used to wear. I don't know how.
I was
Yeah,
designer.
Carla. Carla.
And I just thought I was a dime piece at
I know
15.
you. Girl, bye. With them tight jeans on. I don't know how you could be shy.
Oh my God.
I was a dime piece girl. So,
Oh, wow.
but in my spirit,
Jordan.
I was quiet, but I was very independent. So what I would say to that 15-year-old is don't give up that level of independence, because I was very independent. But you know, sometimes people can tell you, girl, you doing too much, or why you trying to act grown at 15? And it wasn't even a matter of me trying to be grown. I was very mature for my age, but I was very independent. And sometimes I got quieted because of that level of independence. And so I would tell that 15-year-old to ignore all of that, because the independence is what's going to carry you. How you act, that maturity level that you have, don't ever be afraid to show that, because that's what's going to carry you.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep. What level of excitement are you bringing to the conference? What is your message? What will the...
Well, I'm coming in with house music, so y'all gonna have to welcome me in.
Oh
with
my
house.
God.
That's my
Oh
thing.
my
So I'm coming in
Here we go.
with
Here we
house
go.
music.
Everybody- I can't.
That is, so y'all know Dr. Bennett coming in with some
All
black
right.
coffee.
What is your
Man.
what is the message? What is the message?
House music. She told you coming in with the house music.
Coming in with that.
Yes,
But I also
don't forget the talcum powder, y'all.
That's right. I want people, you know what? My message is I love your theme. I love the theme of the conference, but I want people to feel good about who they are and where they are in their life. You got to feel good about this. It took me years to get this level of confidence for myself, and I don't go back on it. I don't care what everybody else say. Y'all call me crazy, whatever it is that you need to say, but you ain't taking this confidence from me. So I want women to feel good about where they are in their life.
Do you think that's because of your age? Because as you get older, it's just certain things that are non-negotiable.
But you know what? Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, you got to get to that point where you can accept that, because I have some sisters that I know right now, we're the same age and we don't act the same.
Okay.
And we are, and you know, and I feel bad when I'm talking to another woman that's my age and she's so insecure. I'm like, girl, what you got to be insecure about at this age?
And
you know, think about all the things.
This age would be 36.
Yeah, my age. You said I'm 36.
Well, this age is it 36?
Ageless.
Well, you're vibing on that frequency.
Right. But you know what? But the thing is,
No age.
what do you have to be insecure about at this age? Think about, and let me not say, because this is part of the conference, but I just want women to understand that. Think about, what is it that you really need to be insecure about at this age? Because you've done a lot and you've poured into other individuals. And I want you to feel good about that. I want you to feel good. So that's all a part of it. You know, that's what I'm bringing in house music.
And house music.
We go. I'm gonna make a mental note of your house music request.
Girl, I have
Yes.
a playlist for you.
I'm going to be looking for that house music, Dr. Bennett.
Because then because we got to
So
work that
listen,
into the program.
I
Yes.
appreciate you ladies taking time out of your evening to show up, because not only did you show up, but you showed out. And so I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Listen, family, buy your tickets. Don't play yourself. We will not be selling tickets at the venue because that's just not what we're doing. I will leave the details, the links in the information description once the live is over. There's a conference in the Northeast, which will be held in West Orange, New Jersey. And then there's a conference in the Midwest that will be held in Sterling Heights, Michigan. So we hope to see you at one of these events. Ladies, once again, I thank you so very much. I love you guys.
Thank you. I
I'll see
love
you
you
soon.
all.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.